Hello and welcome to the first episode of What's Cooking in Shoptimus Prime. My name is Ray Taylor and I'll be your host today. And we're going to walk through a couple of common things that most woodworkers get into as identifying wood and wood finishes, and I'd like to share some of that with you this morning. But welcome to this inaugural episode. So oftentimes during these COVID times we spend a lot of effort on bulletin boards, learning from each other, whether it's social media or some of the sites we like to go to as woodworkers. And the number one question that usually comes up is, someone says, what kind of wood is this? And that's always followed by, 100 different answers of educated guesses of what the wood might be. So some of them are easy to identify. Purple Heart's purple, pretty easy to tell. Padauk is orange, easy to tell. And we got our domestic varieties of cherry and walnut that are easy to tell if you've been woodworking a while. And then disfigured woods, or figured woods. This is a bird's eye maple, lots of little dots all over it. And then something from like a box elder that's got spalting running through it in really cool color. Sometimes it has red in it too. Those are easy to tell. And then, so people just wonder all the time what kind of wood it is. And then they also ask, what kind of finish do you use? And so sometimes I'll use a shellac to seal things with. I'll mix my own sometimes with different oils and varnishes together. That one's got a little dye in it. And I like to wipe on poly as well. But the best kind of wood is free wood. And someone shared this piece with me and asked me could I identify it. So I've been looking at it very closely, and I've been having trouble identifying this species. It's got a lot of open pores. It's got some flecks in it, but I can't tell if that's disfigured, or if that's the way it grew. But it's a quite beautiful piece, and I want to see what it looks like with some finish on it. So I usually like to seal it with some sort of top coat. And instead of using my basic shellac, someone shared this other sealant with me, and I'm going to use that today to get a good seal on here. And I like to apply it pretty liberally and get the seal on here. And this is an amber color, and so it doesn't impart a lot of color into the wood, but it does give it just enough color to highlight some of the figure in the wood. But as just being a seal coat, I'm going to need a little something extra on that. I'm going to need a top coat. And so I'm going to use this finish that someone shared with me. It looks to be homemade. They just put it in a jar. And I normally would use a putty knife to apply something like this, but I found a tool that might even be better because it's got the serration on one side and flat on the other. So I might be able to get a little decorative edge on my finish. So I'm going to apply this liberally as well. And the beauty of this finish is it's a top coat sealer. So I can actually seal in, and it's just like almost like putting a mortar on a brick. You can use it and spoon it on here, and then you seal that amber coat inside there. And so now the amber coat's not going to flow off of the sides of my wood. Now with this device that I have to finish this, I can use the edge with serrations and create a nice decorative effect on my top coat, or I can flip it over and make the top smooth. I prefer a smooth coat such as that. And once that dries, it'll be a great finish on that piece of wood. And then the last question people ask is this food safe? I mean, can I even eat this stuff after I put it on a salad bowl or even a cutting board? And you know what? This particular product happens to be food safe even while it's still wet. If you'd like the recipe, just comment down below the video. I'm happy to provide the recipe for this wood finish. Thanks for joining Shoptimus Prime today. My name is Ray Taylor, Chef RT.